We know Tom Brady picked 199 in the 6th round. I was picked 187 in the 6th round just a year before that. I want to know in this year's draft class, who's the quarterback? Who's the guy, not a first rounder, but he's going to be a late rounder that's going to make an impact in the NFL?
All right, Todd, inquiring minds want to know. Start with you on that one.
I mean, leave it up to are you serious? I'm going to find a 6th-round pick who's going to be Tom Brady? Sure.
Well, you don't have to say Tom Brady. You go with the spirit of the question, Todd.
I'm joking. Cole McDonald from Hawaii is interesting. He's got a long delivery, but when you watch his tape, and I just got finished with it 2 days ago, he's consistently accurate. He has great pocket presence. He moves around well. I think he has a chance as a backup and maybe eventually a starter. But I really think Cole McDonald from Hawaii is going to be one of the sleepers of this year's class.
Todd, I like James Morgan, kid out of Florida International, 6'4", 230-pounder. And you look at the way he spins it, the way he can throw the football, the way he goes through progressions. And I look for an it factor, guy that has the ability to be a leader, that understands an offense, is coming in willing to work and do everything it takes to fit into an organization. I think James Morgan is a late-round pick out of Florida International. Nice quarterback prospect who could be a steal in the draft.
All right, we mentioned Tom Brady's departure. They also released Cody Kessler, and that leaves New England with just 2 quarterbacks on their roster, Jarrett Stidham and now Brian Hoyer. Only Hoyer has any starts in the league. He's gone just 16 and 22. Here's a Patriots fan with a question on their team's quarterback situation.
Hey, Mel and Todd. This is Jacob from Maine. I have a question for all Patriots fans. So, are we going to be drafting a quarterback to replace Brady? Are we going to be giving Jarrett Stidham a shot and see what he can do? Or is it still a possibility we swipe Cam Newton, someone like that, in free agency? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mel, start with you. How do you see the Patriots quarterback situation playing out?
Thought they might, maybe think quarterback, but it's not going to fall that way because the quarterbacks are getting pushed up. Jordan Love's being moved up from there. Maybe the Raiders at 12. I would think Zach Bond, versatile linebacker out of Wisconsin, Xavier McKinney, the safety we talked about earlier and talked to us earlier from Alabama. So I think a defensive player, and then maybe look at the quarterback. Like I said, James Morgan, Todd mentioned Cole McDonald. Maybe they try to go that formula that the Patriots have used that get a quarterback late, may be the way to go in this draft.
Yeah, my guess is that they're going to wind up bringing in either a rookie in the 2nd to 4th round range. You know, a guy like Jake Fromm. I think Jake Fromm would fit exactly what they want in terms of someone who can come in and compete and maybe not win the job in his first year and maybe never be an elite player, but someone who's smart enough to pick up the system and will just do all the little things. But I also think Andy Dalton makes a lot of sense, too. I know in a trade situation, we're all assuming that the number 1 overall pick is going to be Joe Burrow going to Cincinnati. So maybe it's Dalton that goes to New England. But I don't see New England, even though they have 12 picks in the first round, packaging picks to move up to get one of these top 4 quarterbacks that we're talking about in the first round.
You know what, Todd, though, outside of the quarterback spot, it's not like there's other needs for New England. You could look at the skill position players. What are your expectations overall for New England in the draft?
I think edge. They need defensive ends. They need wide receivers. They need those type of players. They need guys that can add speed and be better around the quarterback position. Again, they need a quarterback. They got to figure it out. And I like Stidham. I really do. And I know everyone's taking what I've said in the last couple days out of context. But Jarrett Stidham, to me, has the physical tools to become a good starter in the league. I just don't know that he's ready to do it right now. That's the big question. But what they need to do is put weapons around him, whether it's wide receiver and different kinds of wide receivers that they're used to having. They've always been a timing-based offense, but now they're going to have to adjust the things that they're doing offensively. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what Bill Belichick and the staff has to do in terms of trying to adjust to whatever the quarterback situation is moving forward.
And they know Stidham better than anybody. They've had him. They know what he's capable of. And I would say you basically judge Stidham against these incoming quarterbacks in those early rounds. You mentioned Jake Fromm, Todd. If they think Fromm can be better than Stidham. They know that. They know what Stidham is. If they don't think that, they think we like Stidham better than a Fromm coming in a little further behind, obviously, in that curve. Then you wait until the later rounds and you address the defensive side. You mentioned receivers. I like Antonio Gandy-Golden, ran 4.6 at the Combine, but all he did was produce at Liberty. And here's a kid who could get lost in the shuffle. K.J. Hill at Ohio State, another receiver who was productive. And then you look at the defensive guys I mentioned, like Zach Bond, who's that versatile linebacker. You mentioned edge ability, coming off the edge as a pass rusher. He can do that. He's got that kind of Mike Vrabel, kind of, you think about the guys they've had at linebacker in that situation there, Kyle Van Noy. That's what Zach Bond maybe could be.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.